This story happened in 2013 when Vina, along with her three friends, Dev, Ali, and Natasha, went on a 4-day vacation to Kulu, a hill station in Asa. On the last day of their trip, it was the popular Hindu festival of Dussehra, and it is said that Dussehra celebration in Kulu is really renowned, so Vina insisted to her friends that before heading back home, she wanted to see the Dussehra fair in Kulu. All of them happily agreed, and they left for the fair. They were about to reach the fair when they felt as if something came underneath the tire of their car. Ali got out of the car, and he saw that there was a dead black cat and a lemon under their car. Ali told everyone about it. He thought that someone maybe was playing a prank on them. Natasha and Deb were also with him on this, but Vina had a very bad feeling about it, as if something really terrible was about to happen. But before Vina could say anything, everyone got back into the car and Ali started driving again. They had just traveled a short distance when their car suddenly stopped. When Dev stepped out to check and see what was wrong, he saw that under the same tire, which had apparently killed the cat and where he found the lemon, had busted wide open. The fair was barely a mile away, and all of them unanimously decided that they'll simply walk up to the fair. While walking, Natasha felt as if someone was calling her back to the car, and she kept looking back. While walking alongside Vina, Dev couldn't help but notice that her shoes were stained with blood. He asked her about it, but Vina didn't respond. Suddenly, Ali tripped and fell. His friends started laughing at him. But when Ali got up, he said that someone pushed him. All of them were surprised to hear this because there was no one else around apart from the four of them. That's when they heard Vina scream from a far distance away. When they looked back, they saw her running toward them from a distance. On seeing this, Dev, Ali, and Natasha were shocked. And Vina, the Vina that had been walking with them, was nowhere to be seen. The real Vina came to them and asked why they had left her in the car. Natasha was so scared that she was dripping in sweat and completely frozen. Dev asked Natasha what had happened to her, to which she pointed out towards a tree. When all of them looked at the tree, they spotted a woman hanging from the tree upside down. The sight was so scary that Natasha fainted right away. The woman had eyes which were completely red. She had long gray hair, crooked hands, and was wearing a white sari. She smiled at them. Along with the woman, a black cat also sat on a tree branch. Vina, Dev, and Ali were petrified at the sight, and they picked up Natasha and started running. They ran and finally reached the Dussehra fair. They woke Natasha up, but she was in a state of shock. The four of them spent the entire night at the fair, and the next morning, they got their car fixed and left the place. On their way back, Natasha suddenly died due to heart failure. A few days later, Vina told them that on their way back, she saw Natasha looking at something outside the car. When Vina peeked outside, she saw the same tree from which the woman was hanging. This time around, she didn't spot that woman, but the black cat was still sitting over there. Natasha kept watching that black cat, and suddenly her eyes turned red. She looked at Vina and smiled at her the same way the woman did last night. And just some time after that, Natasha died of heart failure. That day, Vina got so scared on seeing Natasha that way that she wasn't able to react. And just like that, the three of them lost their dearest friend, Natasha, forever. This horrific incident will probably haunt them for the rest of their lives, wouldn't it?
If you like this video, subscribe to Bloody Monday and watch chilling horror stories almost every week.